Hello friends, today I have come with a new concept of electoral bonds. We all know that in India we have democracy and we have so many political parties. All these political parties need funds for contesting the elections and for increasing the influence of their own parties. These funds are collected mainly from the donations. Donations come from various parties, various companies, various firms. And many times these firms or the donors are reluctant to disclose their names for various purposes. Maybe that if the government changes and a new political party comes into picture, into power, then it may happen that the donor of the earlier government may go in bad books of the new government. One of the reasons. Second reason could be that these donations may be given in cash and therefore the donors may not need or may not want their names to be disclosed. Whatever may be the reasons, but the donors generally prefer not to disclose their names. However, these political parties collect thousands of crores of rupees, and that is a way of using black money in politics. In order to curb this, the government took a major decision in 2017. In the budget, certain provisions were made. Earlier, donation of rupees 20,000, that is up to rupees 20,000, was allowed to be received in cash. And hence almost all the political parties were taking the benefit of this upper limit and claiming that the donations are received in cash. In the budget 2017, this upper limit of 20,000 for donation in cash is reduced to rupees 2,000 only. This is one major change in order to bring the transparency in the funds collected by political parties. The second important change which was made in that budget was making compulsory for every political party to file the income tax return. And the third important announcement was made in that budget, and that was of electoral bonds. As the name indicates, these are bonds. But these bonds are not of regular type, like having the face value, having interest rate, having maturity and all. Though they are called as bonds, they are in a way receipts. So these are the bonds having a face value. Anybody, maybe an individual, maybe a company, maybe a firm, maybe a HUF, all these entities are allowed to buy these electoral bonds by paying the amount. Who issues these bonds? RBI issues these bonds and they are sold in the market through SBI. These bonds have no maturity. These bonds do not have any interest rate. Therefore, once these bonds are purchased by a donor, he is not entitled to get the money back. The bonds are having the denomination of 1,000, 10,000, 1 lakh, 10 lakh and 1 crore. These are the face values. The donor has to comply the KYC norms. And once he complies the KYC norms, then only the electoral bonds are issued to him. On the bonds, no name is mentioned. In the application, name is mentioned. The amount is required to be paid by the donor through check or through bank transfer. But as the name is not mentioned on that, it becomes a bearer bond. And the donor therefore can hand over these bearer bonds to the political party of his choice. This becomes the donation by the donor to the political party. The political party must be registered with Election Commission. Then only that political party can receive these bonds as donation. Further, these bonds received by the political parties must be deposited into bank within 15 days. If they are not deposited in 15 days, well, they are of no use thereafter. No money is returned thereafter for that. So the name of the donor is known to RBI, but the name of the donor is not known by the donee. So donee simply gets the bearer bond, and the donee political party has to deposit this bond into its bank account. So the political party gets money in the bank account, not in cash. The donor cannot give the donation in cash. He has to pay it through check or through bank transfer. Transparency, therefore, is very, very ensured in this particular method. So you can buy the bonds in single name or in joint name. Further, those political parties having more than 1% of the votes earned in the earlier election, those political parties are allowed to receive the donation. So these are some of the provisions of electoral bonds. What is the benefit of this? I am sure once one understands the features of these bonds, one can very easily conclude that this ensures the accountability. This ensures that the payments are made from bank account only. This ensures the secrecy of the donor. This ensures that political parties very transparently can account for the donations received by them. This electoral bonds reform, I think, is very useful and a good step in bringing the transparency in the donations received by political parties. A good step taken by the government in order to clean the politics, one of the steps in cleaning the politics of the country. Of course, there are certain installments. These bonds are not available throughout the year. The Reserve Bank declares the period during which these bonds are made available, and one can buy these bonds from the State Bank of India. The amount is credited on the very day when the bond is deposited in the account of the political party. A good step. Let us congratulate the government for such a reform. This is all about electoral bonds. Let us meet next time with some new concept. Till then, goodbye.